Prayer is not merely the act of asking for what you desire, it is the sacred realization of your union with the divine. Neville Goddard taught that prayer is not pleading or begging, but an intimate recognition of your creative power, rooted in the divine source within. True prayer is a state of being, a transformative experience where you align your consciousness with the infinite possibilities of God. It is not something external, it is deeply personal, an act of entering into the feeling of already being and having what you desire. When you pray, you are not reaching out to a distant God, hoping that He hears you. Instead, you are communing with the divine presence that dwells within you. Neville said, "Your imagination is God." This profound statement invites us to understand that prayer is the act of imagining, feeling, and believing that the answer is already yours. It is a shift in consciousness, a moving away from lack and separation toward oneness and fulfillment. Prayer as alignment with the divine is one of the most transformative aspects of connecting with God. It shifts the act of prayer from a mere ritual into an experience of union with the Creator. When you truly understand that prayer is not just asking for blessings or outcomes, but aligning yourself with divine energy, your entire approach changes. Prayer becomes less about speaking and more about being. It becomes a sacred practice where you recognize that you are not separate from God, but intimately connected to Him. In this alignment, prayer transforms your state of being and opens the door to profound blessings. Alignment in prayer is about being fully present. In our busy lives, it's easy to approach prayer hurriedly or distractedly, thinking of it as another task to check off the list. But true alignment requires stillness and mindfulness. Before you begin to pray, take a moment to quiet your thoughts and let go of external concerns. Close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and center yourself in the present moment. This practice creates a sacred space where you can focus entirely on your connection with God. It's in this state of presence that you can fully align with His energy and feel His guidance. He taught that when you align your imagination with the divine, you unlock your creative potential. In this context, imagination is not daydreaming, it is the ability to see and feel your desires as already fulfilled. When you pray, visualize the outcome you seek with as much clarity and detail as possible. If you are praying for peace, imagine yourself surrounded by calm and serenity. If you are praying for healing, see yourself vibrant and whole. If you are praying for a breakthrough, feel the joy and gratitude of already experiencing it. This act of imagining aligns your mind with the reality you wish to create and brings you into harmony with God's creative power. One of the most profound aspects of alignment through prayer is the shift from asking to affirming. Many people approach prayer with a sense of lack, focusing on what they don't have or what's missing in their lives. But when you are aligned with the divine, you understand that everything you need already exists in the spiritual realm. Instead of asking God to provide, you affirm that His blessings are already yours. For example, instead of saying, "Lord, please give me peace," say, "Thank you, Lord, for the peace that fills my heart." This shift in perspective is incredibly powerful because it aligns your thoughts and emotions with the fulfillment of your prayer. Faith plays a critical role in this process. Alignment is not just about saying the right words or imagining the right outcomes. It's about truly believing that God's will for you is good and that His power is working in your life. Faith is the bridge that connects your prayer to its manifestation. When you align with God in prayer, you are declaring your trust in His promises. You are saying, "I may not see the answer yet, but I know it's already on its way." This faith creates a sense of peace and assurance that sustains you even in moments of doubt. Another key element of alignment is gratitude. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you lack to what you already have, creating a vibrational match with the blessings you desire. When you approach prayer with a grateful heart, you acknowledge the goodness of God and the countless ways He has already provided for you. This attitude of gratitude strengthens your alignment with Him, allowing you to experience His presence more deeply. It also opens your heart to receive even more blessings, as gratitude amplifies the energy of abundance. Alignment through prayer is not just about receiving, it's also about transformation. As you align with the divine, you begin to see yourself and your circumstances differently. You recognize that you are not a victim of life's challenges, but a co-creator with God. This realization empowers you to approach life with confidence, knowing that you have the divine guidance and strength to overcome any obstacle. Your prayers become a source of inner peace and clarity, helping you navigate life with a renewed sense of purpose. Alignment through prayer is about deepening your relationship with God. It's about moving beyond surface-level communication and entering into a profound state of communion. In this state, you don't just talk to God, you listen, feel, and experience His presence. You align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with His will, allowing His love and wisdom to flow through you. This connection is the essence of powerful prayer, a transformative experience that brings you closer to the divine and opens the door to a life of abundance, peace, and fulfillment. Feeling is the key to powerful prayer because it bridges the gap between your current reality and the life you desire to create. Neville Goddard often emphasized that it is not the words you say or the rituals you perform that bring results, but the emotions you cultivate within yourself. When you pray, the most crucial element is your ability to feel as though your prayer has already been answered. This is not about wishing or hoping, it is about entering a state of certainty, where you fully embody the reality of your desire. The power of feeling lies in its ability to align your inner state with your desired outcome. Emotions are the language of the subconscious mind, and they act as signals that communicate your intentions to the universe. When you feel joy, gratitude, or peace, while praying, you are broadcasting a message of alignment, signaling that you are ready to receive what you desire. On the other hand, if you pray from a place of fear, doubt, or desperation, you may unintentionally reinforce the absence of what you seek. Feeling is the catalyst that transforms prayer from a mere request into a powerful act of creation. To harness the power of feeling in prayer, it is essential to focus on the end result rather than the process. For example, if you are praying for financial stability, don't dwell on how the money will come or worry about the challenges you currently face. Instead, imagine yourself already living in abundance. Feel the relief, joy, and security of knowing your needs are met. Picture yourself enjoying the fruits of financial freedom, and let that feeling saturate your being. This emotional state creates a vibrational match with the reality you want to experience, drawing it closer to you. This means immersing yourself in the emotions, thoughts, and sensations of having already received what you desire. If you are praying for healing, visualize yourself vibrant and whole. Feel the energy of vitality coursing through your body. If you are praying for reconciliation, imagine the warmth of restored relationships. Feel the love and harmony surrounding you. This practice is not about pretending, it is about embodying the truth of your prayer as if it has already come to pass. The act of feeling also requires a shift in focus from external circumstances to internal alignment. Too often we allow our emotions to be dictated by what we see in the outer world. If the situation looks bleak, we feel discouraged. If things improve, we feel hopeful. However, powerful prayer calls us to reverse this dynamic. Instead of letting circumstances shape your emotions, use your emotions to shape your circumstances. This means choosing to feel gratitude, peace, or joy even when the external evidence doesn't yet match. It is an act of faith, a declaration that your inner reality is more powerful than anything happening outside of you. Another aspect of feeling is the importance of consistency. It's not enough to feel aligned during the moment of prayer and then return to doubt or negativity afterward. The feelings you cultivate in prayer must become your dominant emotional state throughout the day. This doesn't mean forcing yourself to be happy all the time, but it does mean consciously redirecting your thoughts and emotions toward faith and positivity. When you consistently dwell in the feeling of your wish fulfilled, you create a magnetic force that attracts your desires into your life. Feeling also involves surrendering to the divine process. While it's essential to immerse yourself in the emotions of your answered prayer, it's equally important to let go of attachment to specific outcomes or timelines. Trust that God knows the best way and time to bring your desires to fruition. When you combine the feeling of certainty with the surrender of control, you create a powerful balance that allows the divine to work through you. Gratitude is a key component of feeling in prayer. When you express gratitude for what you desire as though it has already been received, you amplify your emotional alignment. Gratitude shifts your focus from lack to abundance, reinforcing the belief that your prayer has been answered. For example, instead of saying, "Please help me find peace," you might say, "Thank you, God, for the peace that fills my heart." This simple shift in language reflects a deeper shift in emotion, transforming your prayer into a powerful act of faith. As you practice feeling in prayer, you may notice that your inner state begins to change even before your outer circumstances do. This is because prayer is not just about receiving, it is also about becoming. The act of feeling transforms you into the person who is ready to receive what you desire. It reshapes your thoughts, beliefs, and actions, aligning them with the reality you wish to create. This inner transformation is often the first step in the manifestation process, paving the way for external changes to follow. It is the bridge that connects your imagination to your reality, your desires to their fulfillment. By cultivating the emotions of your answered prayer, you activate the divine power within you to bring it to life. This is the essence of powerful prayer, not just asking for what you want, but becoming the person who already has it. When you pray with feeling, you step into the role of co-creator with God. You recognize that the divine is not separate from you, but works through you. Prayer becomes less about seeking and more about aligning. It is a process of tuning your inner world to the frequency of your desires, knowing that as you change within, your outer reality will follow. This is the transformative power of feeling in prayer, a practice that allows you to connect deeply with God and bring your dreams to life. Dwelling in the end is one of the most profound principles of prayer and manifestation, as taught by Neville Goddard. It shifts your focus from wanting and waiting to living and experiencing. When you dwell in the end, you move beyond simply desiring something and begin to embody the state of already having it. This is not about pretending or deceiving yourself, it is about aligning your inner world with the reality you wish to create. It is an act of faith and conviction, demonstrating your trust in God's promises and the divine process at work within you. You must first clarify your desired outcome. Be specific about what you want, not in a way that is rigid or limiting, but in a way that creates a clear vision of fulfillment. For instance, if you are praying for a career breakthrough, picture yourself thriving in the role you desire. Imagine the satisfaction of doing work you love, the joy of financial security, and the sense of purpose that comes with it. Allow this vision to become vivid and tangible in your mind. The key is to make it feel real, as though it is happening right now. Immerse yourself in the emotions associated with it. Feeling is the driving force behind dwelling in the end. Neville Goddard emphasized that your emotional state is what shapes your reality, not just your thoughts or actions. If your prayer is for healing, feel the vitality and wholeness coursing through your body. If you seek reconciliation, feel the love and harmony of restored relationships. The more vividly you can feel the outcome, the more effectively you align with it. These feelings are not just wishful thinking, they are creative forces that set the wheels of manifestation into motion. Dwelling in the end also requires a shift in identity. You must begin to see yourself as the person who has already achieved or received what you are praying for. If you are praying for confidence, see yourself as someone who walks through life with assurance and strength. If you are seeking financial abundance, see yourself as someone who is financially secure and generous. This shift is not about ignoring your current reality, but about transcending it. When you embody the identity of your fulfilled self, you draw that reality closer to you. One of the challenges of dwelling in the end is resisting the urge to focus on how your prayer will be answered. The mind naturally wants to figure out the details, to control the process or predict the outcome. However, this need for control often creates resistance and delays the manifestation of your desires. Dwelling in the end requires surrendering the how to God. Trust that the divine knows the best way to bring your vision to life. Your role is not to micromanage the process, but to remain steadfast in the feeling of your wish fulfilled. This practice also involves living as if. Living as if means allowing your inner state to influence your outer actions. If you are dwelling in the end of abundance, act with the confidence and gratitude of someone who is financially free. This doesn't mean making reckless decisions, but embodying the mindset and behaviors of your fulfilled self. When you live as if, you create a powerful alignment between your inner and outer worlds, reinforcing the reality you wish to manifest. When you plant a seed in the ground, you do not dig it up every day to check if it is growing. Instead, you trust that the seed is doing its work beneath the surface. Similarly, when you dwell in the end, you trust that your prayer is already being answered. You do not need constant evidence or reassurance. You rest in the confidence that what you have imagined and felt is on its way to becoming reality. Gratitude plays a vital role in dwelling in the end. By expressing gratitude as though your prayer has already been answered, you amplify the energy of fulfillment. Gratitude shifts your focus from lack to abundance, reinforcing your belief in the reality of your desire. For example, instead of saying, "I hope this happens," say, "Thank you, God, for making this happen." This act of gratitude is not just a gesture, it is a declaration of faith that aligns your heart and mind with divine abundance. Dwelling in the end also teaches patience and resilience. Manifestation is not always immediate, and there may be moments when doubt or fear creeps in. These are natural reactions, but they do not have to derail your prayer. When you dwell in the end, you cultivate a sense of peace and certainty that carries you through moments of uncertainty. You remind yourself that the divine timing is perfect, and that delays do not mean denial. This practice transforms prayer into a dynamic and empowering experience. Instead of feeling like you are waiting for something to happen, you feel as though you are co-creating with God. You understand that your role is to embody the reality of your desire while trusting that the divine will handle the rest. This shift in perspective changes not only your prayer life but also your entire approach to challenges and opportunities. As you dwell in the end, you begin to notice subtle changes in your thoughts, emotions, and even circumstances. These shifts are signs that your inner alignment is influencing your outer reality. Over time, the gap between your current state and your desired state narrows, and what once seemed distant becomes tangible. This is the power of dwelling in the end, a practice that allows you to step into your divine potential and manifest a life that reflects your highest aspirations. By embracing this principle, you deepen your connection with God and activate the creative power within you. You learn that prayer is not about striving, but about being. It is about living in the truth of your fulfilled desire and trusting that, through this alignment, everything you need will come to pass. This is the essence of dwelling in the end, a state of faith, gratitude, and divine partnership that transforms your life from the inside out. Gratitude is one of the most transformative aspects of powerful prayer, and it holds the key to unlocking divine blessings and deepening your connection with God. When you approach prayer with gratitude, you shift your focus from what you lack to what you already have and the goodness that is on its way. This attitude not only aligns your heart with God 2019's abundance, but also amplifies the energy of faith, making you a magnet for the blessings you seek. Gratitude in prayer is not merely a polite acknowledgement, it is an active expression of trust, joy, and certainty that God is already at work in your life. Gratitude also has the power to transform your perspective during difficult times. In 2019's easy to feel grateful when everything is going well, but the true test of gratitude comes when you face challenges. Neville Goddard often spoke about the importance of maintaining a grateful heart, even in the midst of adversity. Gratitude in tough times is an act of faith, a declaration that God is still in control, and that every situation serves a greater purpose. When you can thank God for the lessons, growth, and strength gained through hardship, you transform the challenge into an opportunity for divine connection and personal growth. It also impacts your emotional and physical well-being. Scientific studies have shown that gratitude reduces stress, improves mood, and strengthens relationships. When you approach life with a grateful heart, you attract positive experiences and deepen your sense of joy and contentment. Gratitude shifts your energy, creating a ripple effect that touches every area of your life. In prayer, this energy becomes a beacon that draws blessings toward you, aligning your outer reality with your inner state of abundance. One of the most powerful ways to cultivate gratitude in prayer is through visualization. Close your eyes and picture your desired outcome as vividly as possible. Then, thank God for bringing it into your life. Feel the emotions of joy, peace, and fulfillment as if the prayer has already been answered. This practice not only reinforces your faith, but also helps you embody the state of being that aligns with your desires. The more you practice this, the more natural it becomes to dwell in gratitude, even before the manifestation occurs. Gratitude is also a powerful tool for releasing fear and doubt. When you 2019 reconsumed by worry or uncertainty, it can be challenging to feel connected to God or trust in His plan. In these moments, intentionally shifting your focus to gratitude can break the cycle of negativity. Begin by thanking God for His presence in your life and for the ways He has already worked on your behalf. Remind yourself of past prayers that were answered and the ways God has provided for you. This act of gratitude rekindles your faith and reminds you that you are never alone. By thanking God in advance, you release your need to control the outcome or timeline of your prayer. Gratitude is an act of trust, a way of saying, you too, O 1C God, I know you are working all things together for my good. You too, O 1D. This surrender creates space for the divine to move in ways that exceed your expectations. It allows you to let go of resistance and align with the flow of God 2019's grace. Gratitude in prayer also deepens your relationship with God. When you approach Him with a thankful heart, you cultivate a sense of intimacy and trust. You begin to see Him not just as a provider, but as a loving presence in every aspect of your life. Gratitude fosters a sense of partnership, where you work together with God to co-create your reality. This connection brings peace, joy, and a renewed sense of purpose, reminding you that you are supported and loved every step of the way. Incorporating gratitude into your prayer life is a simple yet transformative practice. It elevates your state of being, aligns you with divine abundance, and strengthens your faith. Gratitude turns prayer into an act of celebration, a joyful acknowledgement of God 2019's goodness and provision. As you cultivate a grateful heart, you open yourself to receive blessings beyond what you can imagine, and you deepen your connection with the divine source of all that is. The role of silence and stillness in prayer is profound, as it provides the sacred space where divine connection is most deeply experienced. In a world that is often noisy and filled with endless distractions, finding moments of quiet is essential for spiritual alignment. Silence is not merely the absence of sound, it is a deliberate state of being where the external fades away, and you tune into the presence of God within. Stillness, meanwhile, is the act of surrendering your restless thoughts, worries, and agendas to create a receptive heart and mind. Together, silence and stillness form the foundation for a prayer life that is deeply transformative and intimate. Emphasize the importance of entering the silence as a way to connect with the divine. He taught that it is in the stillness that we hear the still, small voice of God, a voice that is always present, but often drowned out by the clamor of daily life. This silence is not about emptiness, it is about fullness 2014, a fullness of presence, peace, and divine energy. When you embrace silence in prayer, you step away from the chaos of the external world and into the sanctuary of your inner being, where God dwells. Stillness requires intentionality. It is not something that happens automatically, it must be cultivated. To enter a state of stillness, begin by setting aside time in a quiet space where you won't be interrupted. Close your eyes and take deep, steady breaths. Let each breath ground you in the present moment. As you do this, allow your thoughts to settle. The mind often resists stillness, sending a flood of concerns, to-do lists, and distractions. But rather than fighting these thoughts, simply observe them and let them pass. With practice, you will find that the mental noise subsides, and a sense of peace begins to emerge. Prayer transforms from speaking to listening. So often we approach prayer as a one-sided conversation, where we present our requests, fears, and desires to God. While this is an important aspect of prayer, it is equally important to create space for God to speak to us. Silence allows this divine dialogue to unfold. It is in the quiet moments that insights, inspiration, and guidance often come. You may not hear an audible voice, but you may feel a sense of knowing, a gentle nudge, or a deep reassurance that God is present and working in your life. One of the most beautiful aspects of silence in prayer is that it fosters a sense of being rather than doing. In our fast-paced world, we are conditioned to measure our worth by our productivity and accomplishments. This mindset can carry over into our spiritual lives, where we feel the need to do prayer rather than simply be in the presence of God. Silence invites us to release this need for action and instead rest in the awareness of God's love and grace. In stillness, we are reminded that we are not human doings but human beings, cherished by God for who we are, not what we achieve. Silence and stillness also create a fertile ground for faith to grow. When you quiet your mind and center yourself in the present moment, you become more attuned to the reality of God's presence and power. This awareness strengthens your trust in His plans and timing. In the stillness, doubts and fears lose their grip, replaced by a deep sense of peace and assurance. You begin to see that you are never alone, that God is always with you, guiding and supporting you. This faith becomes a wellspring of strength that sustains you in both the highs and lows of life. Another profound benefit of silence in prayer is its ability to reveal the truths of your own heart. In the busyness of life, it is easy to lose touch with your innermost desires, fears, and needs. Stillness provides the space for self-reflection and spiritual clarity. As you sit in silence, you may become aware of areas in your life that need healing, forgiveness, or change. This awareness is not meant to discourage you, but to invite you into deeper alignment with God's will. It is through this process of introspection and surrender that true transformation begins. In this quiet, undisturbed space, your intentions and desires take root. Silence allows the divine energy within you to nurture these seeds, ensuring they grow into the reality you seek. Just as a gardener trusts that the seeds will sprout in their own time, so too must you trust the process of prayer in stillness. There is no need to force or rush, simply rest in the knowledge that God is at work. Stillness also teaches the power of surrender. In silence, you let go of the need to control or manipulate outcomes. Instead, you place your desires in God's hands, trusting that His wisdom and love will bring about what is best for you. This act of surrender is not passive, it is an active declaration of faith. It says, I trust you, God. I know you are working all things together for my good. This trust creates a sense of freedom and lightness, lifting the burdens that come with trying to manage everything on your own. As you cultivate silence and stillness in your prayer life, you will notice subtle but profound changes in your relationship with God and with yourself. You will find greater peace, clarity, and confidence in His guidance. You will begin to see prayer not as a task to complete, but as a sacred time to connect, recharge, and realign with the divine. In this quiet communion, you will discover that God is not a distant being to be reached, but an ever-present force within you, always ready to lead you into the fullness of His love and purpose. Letting go with trust is one of the most transformative aspects of prayer and divine connection. It is the act of surrendering your desires, fears, and uncertainties to God, allowing His wisdom and timing to take precedence over your need for control. When you pray and release your concerns to God, you create space for divine intervention to unfold. This letting go is not a passive act, but a powerful declaration of faith, affirming that you trust God's 2019's plan, even when you cannot see how everything will work out. The process of letting go begins with acknowledging that your understanding is limited, while God's 2019's perspective is infinite. So often we approach prayer with specific expectations and timelines, believing that we know the best way for our desires to manifest. But this need for control can create resistance, blocking the flow of divine energy in our lives. Letting go means stepping back and saying, God, I trust you to bring this about in the way that is best for me. It is an act of humility, recognizing that the Creator knows far more than we ever could, and that His plans are always for our highest good. Frequently spoke about the importance of planting your desires in prayer and then leaving them alone, much like a farmer plants a seed and trusts it to grow. When you let go after prayer, you demonstrate your faith in God U2019's process. Just as a seed grows beneath the soil before sprouting into the open, the answers to your prayers are often working in unseen ways before they become visible. This trust requires patience and confidence, knowing that divine timing is perfect and that everything is unfolding as it should. Letting go with trust also involves releasing attachment to specific outcomes. While it is natural to have a vision for what you desire, clinging too tightly to a particular result can limit the ways in which God can bless you. Sometimes what you think you want is far less than what God has planned for you. By letting go, you open yourself to the full range of possibilities that the divine can bring into your life. It is about holding your desires with open hands, allowing God to work in ways that exceed your imagination. A significant part of this process is releasing fear and doubt. Fear often tempts us to take back control, convincing us that we need to micromanage our prayers or worry about whether they will be answered. But fear is the opposite of faith. When you let go with trust, you affirm your belief that God is in control and that He is working for your good. Neville Goddard often said that faith is seeing the unseen. Trusting in God U2019's unseen work allows you to move forward with peace, even when the path ahead is unclear. Letting go also creates emotional freedom. When you hold on to worry or anxiety about your prayers, you carry a heavy burden that weighs on your spirit. Releasing these concerns to God lifts that weight, allowing you to experience a sense of lightness and peace. This freedom doesn't U2019 team mean you stop caring about your desires. It means you choose to place them in God U2019's hands, knowing He will handle them perfectly. This act of surrender is liberating because it shifts the responsibility from your shoulders to God U2019's infinite wisdom and power. One of the most beautiful aspects of letting go with trust is the way it deepens your relationship with God. When you trust Him fully, you allow His presence to guide and comfort you in ways that bring peace to your soul. This trust is not blind. It is built on the understanding that God U2019's nature is love, and that His plans for you are always good. As you practice letting go, you begin to feel a greater sense of connection and intimacy with the divine. You come to see God not as a distant force, but as a loving presence actively involved in every aspect of your life. Letting go also teaches you to live in the present moment. So often we become consumed by worries about the future or regrets about the past, missing the beauty and blessings of the present. When you let go, you free yourself from these distractions, allowing yourself to fully engage with the now. This mindfulness creates a sense of gratitude and awareness, helping you to see God U2019's hand at work in your life in real time. It also reinforces your faith that just as God is present in this moment, He is also orchestrating your future with care and precision. Answered and then to let go, knowing that the divine would handle the rest. This is not a passive waiting, but an active living in the confidence of your faith. Letting go doesn't U2019 team you stop moving toward your goals. It means you take inspired action while trusting that God is guiding your steps. It is a partnership where you do your part and God does His, working together to bring about the highest good. As you practice letting go with trust, you will notice a shift in your perspective. Challenges and delays no longer feel like obstacles but opportunities to grow in faith and patience. You begin to see the divine orchestration in every situation, understanding that even setbacks are part of a greater plan. This trust transforms the way you approach life, replacing fear with faith, doubt with confidence, and worry with peace. Letting go with trust is not just an act of surrender, it is an act of empowerment. It acknowledges that you are not alone in your journey and that you have the support of a loving and powerful God. This trust allows you to move through life with a sense of assurance, knowing that everything is working together for your good. It is a reminder that prayer is not about controlling outcomes, but about aligning with the divine flow of life, where miracles and blessings abound. The practice of powerful prayer for divine connection is more than a spiritual ritual. It is a transformative journey that deepens your relationship with God and aligns your life with His purpose. Prayer is not merely about asking for what you desire, but stepping into a sacred partnership with the divine, where faith, gratitude, and trust become the foundation of your connection. Through prayer, you align your heart with the Creator, embodying the belief that everything you seek is already unfolding in your favor. Each aspect of prayer U 2014, from aligning your thoughts with divine energy to dwelling in the end, expressing gratitude, embracing silence, and letting go with trust U 2014, is a step toward realizing the profound truth that God resides within you. It is through this connection that you find peace, strength, and clarity, no matter what challenges you face. As Neville Goddard so often taught, the power to create, heal, and transform begins with the realization that you are never separate from the divine presence. Prayer is not a one-time act, but a way of living, a continuous alignment with God's love and wisdom. It transforms how you see yourself, your circumstances, and your future. It opens your heart to the infinite possibilities of life, reminding you that you are a co-creator with God, capable of manifesting blessings and miracles. As you commit to powerful prayer, remember that it is not about perfection, but about connection. Each moment spent in prayer, no matter how simple or profound, draws you closer to the divine and strengthens your faith. It is a practice that enriches your spirit and prepares you to embrace the fullness of God's plan for your life and surrender to the divine flow. In doing so, you will experience the peace that surpasses all understanding and witness the extraordinary power of prayer to transform your life and deepen your connection with the Creator.